All right, what's up, and welcome to Celtics postgame live. Tom Giles, Eddie House, in a gritty, a gutsy win right there for the Celtics, 106-104 on the road in Toronto. Down Jason Tatum, didn't play in this game. You lose Marcus Smart and Rob Williams at the end of the second quarter there, and they come out and they find a way against Toronto. They get this win, Eddie, and it honestly took all those role players that you talked about before the game.
Yeah, find a way. It's guys, step up. You get opportunity. Make sure you be who you are. Right, when you're not playing, right, and I've been in that situation where you're not getting minutes that you feel like you deserve because you put in the work. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that, but when you do get them minutes, you better make them count. And that's what happened tonight. Those guys made it count tonight.
And it all got started there at the beginning of the fourth quarter. You talked about the Celtics, and they struggled. You know, it seemed like every time they kind of tried to take control of this game, Toronto would fight back, and the lead would go back and forth. But a 20-8 run to start that fourth quarter. And, of course, Peyton Pritchard, a large part of that, had not scored until that fourth when he had 12 points, Eddie.
Oh, he was huge. You know, that's just being ready, staying ready so you don't have to get ready and being prepared. And if you talk to anybody that plays on the Celtics team, they say he's one of the hardest workers. He's always trying to get himself ready. He's always prepared. And that gives you a luxury if you're a coach to understand that no matter what, I can always count on him to come in and at least be ready because everybody's not ready for moments, right? But you can count on him to be ready. Peyton Pritchard is one of my favorite players on this team because he reminds me a lot of myself. You know, a guy that he has the ups and the downs, the ebbs and flows, and you always have to just be a professional. And everybody's saying, hey, just be a professional. And it's not easy to do that. It's not.
And, your name's involved in trade rumors, Peyton Pritchard's, and you realize, especially when you become shorthanded in a game like this, how much you kind of need that depth and what a luxury it is to have a guy like Peyton Pritchard who can come out and be a microwave offensively and kind of lead you there in that fourth quarter. He scored half their points in the fourth quarter.
No, yeah, he did. He was big time tonight. And guess what? And if his name is in trade rumors, then that means another team might want you, right? And then if that is an opportunity for you to advance your career, then that's why you've been doing what you've been doing. Because believe you me, if you aren't a player that has the right tools, that haven't been doing the right things, nobody wants you.
All right, meanwhile, you had 25 points as well tonight from Grant Williams. He was huge in that first half at 18 at the break. That's a season high for him, actually, the 25 points. He's standing by with Abby Chin. Let's send it out to Abby.
Grant, congratulations. What was said amongst yourselves at halftime when you guys found out that Marcus and Rob weren't going to be able to return?
Win the game. That simple and plain. We knew that we were going to be down two guys, so we just came out with great intensity, great energy, started that third quarter, and then that next group, Peyton, credit to him, always being ready. Credit to Malcolm, credit to all the guys that came in with great energy. Luke, Blake did a phenomenal job in the minutes that he was in. That's why we have one of the deepest teams in the league, the deepest team in the league. I'm thankful for it.
Was there ever any doubt in the depth on this team?
Never. We trust one another more than anyone in the world, and we trust ourselves no matter what people say about us. And at the end of the day, we have a great time with this team. We have fun, and we go out there and compete to the highest level.
For you personally, regular season career high, did you come out with an extra aggressive mindset knowing Jason wasn't here?
Nah, I just let the game come to me. My guys gave me great looks. Just trying to keep being aggressive going downhill, using the physicality, using the strength, using the stuff I worked on, and just worked out tonight.
And then, Grant, what can you say about Al Horford? The performance he had against the Warriors and then coming out tonight, winning those jump balls, sealing the game.
Massive, man. The energy that he plays with, the leadership that he has, the qualities that he has. We're fortunate to have him, man. Fortunate to have him on this team, fortunate to have this organization, fortunate to have him in the city. Just love Al. We love all that he does for us, both on and off the floor. And you just got to give full credit to a guy that brings our age up a little bit on the team.
Grant, finally, 8 straight wins for you guys. Is this one a little sweeter with the contributions of everybody?
Nah, win is a win. That's all it is. We got to focus on the next one. We play a talented Orlando Magic team that whooped our ass last time, so we got to go do our thing.
Grant, thank you very much. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, so we get Grant Williams with 25 points. Let's bring in Sean Grande now. And, Sean, when you talk about this Celtics team and where they were at halftime, all right, you're already down by 7 points. You're without Jason Tatum. You find out Marcus Smart and Rob Williams aren't coming back to the game. It felt like you almost had every excuse to say, you know what, tonight's just not our night, yet they somehow pull out this win. How did you feel about it unfolding in front of your eyes there up in Toronto?
Well, Tom, the guy sitting next to you knows full well it's about everybody. What did he just say? Staying ready so you don't have to get ready, and that's what Peyton Pritchard did. So we're used to Malcolm Brogdon, and we're used to Grant Williams doing what they did, and obviously they had to play bigger roles today. Malcolm Brogdon has been closing games in this league for years, but I was happy to hear Grant mention Blake Griffin, Luke Cornett, everybody that got their number called at some point today had to make a play defensively, and you knew even when they were down 6, down 8, Precious Achiuwa was hitting threes from the corner. You know that's not going to continue. Toronto has scoring droughts every single night. Celtics knew it, and they stayed committed until it happened.
Meanwhile, defensively, too, because you started bringing it up there, Sean, it felt like, this was very much a Toronto game in the sense that they were getting their hands on passes, they're getting passing lanes, they're forcing turnovers, and they were obviously scoring off of that in the first half. But, Eddie, you also saw that from the Celtics, especially in the fourth quarter, where they kind of picked up their defense a little bit and said, all right, we can play that way too. And it looked like that frustrated the Raptors.
Yeah, not only were they were playing defense, but then they were closing out the possession with a rebound. They weren't giving second opportunities. They weren't giving second chance opportunities or second chance points. And again, though, when you have guys that are coming in that are basically, when I say bleeding, because I know what it feels like to be over there and want to get into the game. You are bleeding on the sideline to hear your name called, to snatch those sweats off, to pull it over. And when you go out there and perform, I think that's what we've seen tonight, guys that were ready for their moment.
Yeah, and again, as Sean just mentioned, Blake Griffin, Luke Cornett, whoever it may be. Sean, we talked about this in the pregame. I mean, the Celtics becoming a top 5 defensive team slowly but surely. And it also felt like defensively, that's where they needed to step up tonight and really win this game, considering you're down as many guys as you are.
Yeah, we talked about the numbers right before the game. Essentially, with Jason Tatum, the Celtics are on the floor. They're the best offensive team in the league. Without Jason Tatum, they're the worst offensive team in the league. So you know this game is going to have to be won with defense. And what you have is all those guys that you just mentioned coming in here and playing that kind of defense. Particularly, here's a subtle thing that kind of went unnoticed. Peyton Pritchard picking up Pascal Siakam at half court, and Siakam made some tough shots, but he wasn't able to get that head of steam going towards the basket because the Celtics, most notably Pritchard, are picking him up at half court.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you can do to make life more difficult for the opposition, especially their best player, huge right there. Peyton Pritchard, no doubt, a monster fourth quarter. Sean Grande, thanks so much. Of course, be with Eddie on Monday down in Orlando, as you said at the end of the call. So have fun with that
Disneyland.
one. He's ready to go.
World,
Eddie,
Disney World,
Eddie,
here we come.
I promise you, Eddie, I'll be standing right next to you on Monday night. No matter what happens, I'm prepared for anything. I will be right next to you every step of the way.
I'm glad you got my back. You ain't the only one that's out there that got my back, though, but I'm glad you got my back.
All right, Sean, thanks so much. All right, meanwhile, the Celtics get the win 106-104, so they're now 35-12 on the season. The Raptors fall to 20-27.